This is video 3 on the series on retail technology and coaching. This one's on Nobody Understood the Game Plan by the Wizard of Pause from Shopweiser. Coaching mistakes I've made. Early in my coaching career, I made a mistake I've never forgotten. I had a big game coming up. I spent hours preparing the game plan, formations, triggers, defensive shape, attacking patterns. I walked my team through every detail, drew it up on the board, and walked them through it twice. They all nodded, every single one of them. Then the whistle blew, and they played like they never heard a word I said. That was the day I learned the most important lesson of my coaching career. Nodding is not understanding. It is the same in your retail technology team. I see that exact same moment play out in retail technology implementations every single year. Leadership selects the platform. The project team spends months configuring it. A trainer books the conference room. 2 hours, slides, a demo, and a manual that nobody will read. And everyone nods. The go-live day arrives and phones start ringing. Staff don't know how to process a return. The manager can't pull a report. The workarounds begin within the first hour. And leadership is generally confused. We trained them. We showed them everything. Yeah, you showed them, but did they understand it? Did it connect to their actual daily reality? That is a different question. You can never assume anything. When I coach young players, I learned very quickly that you can never assume they see the game the same way you see it. I've been playing and studying soccer for 50 years. When I look at a field, I see space and angles, timing, and shape. A 10-year-old sees a ball and runs at it. That's not stupidity. That's where they are. My job isn't to explain the game the way that I understand it. My job is to explain it the way they can receive it. So instead of tactics boards, I use games. Instead of instructions, I use questions. Instead of telling them where to run, I create situations where they discovered it themselves. In addition, I use a lot of stop play, where I'll stop and I'll say, well, what should you do now? And have them tell me. The understanding stuck because it was theirs, not mine. So how does that work? So here are the 4 shifts that can change everything. First, you train in the environment, not in the conference room. Your staff won't work in the conference room. They work on the shop floor or in a warehouse or behind a register. Train them there. The context matters more than you think. Second, translate technology into their language. A store associate doesn't care about your inventory optimization algorithm. They care about not being embarrassed when a customer asks them if something is in stock. Show them how the system answers that question. You start there. Third, use your best performers as coaches, not your IT team. The most powerful training in a rollout comes from a respected colleague saying, well, here's how I used to do it, and here's why it makes my day easier. That carries more weight than any vendor training ever will. Fourth, expect the questions they are afraid to ask. In every training session, there are people who are lost, but they won't say so. It create a moment, especially privately in pairs or in small groups, where it's safe not to know, because those are the people who will silently undermine your adoption rate if you don't reach them. So here's the deeper truth. People don't resist technology. They resist feeling incompetent. Nobody wants to look stupid in front of a customer. Nobody wants to be the person who slows down the line. Nobody wants to ask a question they think they should already know the answer to. When you understand that, really understand that, your entire approach to training changes. You stop designing for information transfer and you start designing for confidence building. and that is a coaching skill, not a technology skill. So next time you're planning a technology rollout, before you book the training room and load up the slides, ask yourself, am I designing this for my understanding of the system or for theirs? Because the gap between those two things is exactly where adoption goes to die. I learned that on a soccer field with a group of kids who nodded and then ran at the ball anyway. 50 years later, I still know that most important lesson that I know. Leave a comment below. What's the worst training experience you've ever sat through? I guarantee I can top it. And if this is useful, subscribe. We've got a lot more of these coming. So here's how to solve this. I was trained by over 1,600 subject matter experts, and I've put that knowledge in this set of books. In addition, I've taught it to retailers and vendors all over the world. Together they cover over 100,000 stores, and everything is in my book. It is available as a Kindle book set. You can also get my free paper on 7 profit leaks at Retail Profit Leaks, Killing Your Store. In addition, I've now launched the ShopVisor, so we now have an AI version that you can ask all kinds of great questions to about anything in retail technology. Remember, the future is now. Take advantage of it. Thank you. I am the Wizard of Pod. My name is Richard Halter. Please check out my book, Art for Retail, using technology to turn your consumers into customers and make a profit. It's available on Kindle. Thank you.